guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me Indira. Welcome to Indira Insight. Today we are going to discuss about my strategy for NDA 1 2026 examination. So in the previous video we discussed about the myths of NDA written examination, and today we would be discussing about our roadmap for all these months, that how we have to conquer this exam and clear it with our great marks. So without wasting any much time, let's get into the video. So the very first thing that we are going to discuss about is a little bit of a disclaimer that it's my strategy, and if you want anything that is not suitable for you, you can alternate according to you. And yeah, so the very first thing that we will be discussing into subjects would be the maths. um, it's the kind of first stage for written. The first examination of is of maths, and I hope so that if you had read the previous notification of NDA, you must know about the time marking and the marks for the examination. So yeah, the very first thing we would be discussing in maths are the two, like key one is theory, from where have to do, how we have to do, how we have to revise and everything, and second is the questions. So for the theory, if I talk about the PCMB students, like if you have maths as your subject in 11th and 12th, then you don't need to do anything. You have to do the very basic one thing, that is to practice PYQs of NDA examinations for 1 hour every day, and it would be good to go. But if you don't have maths as your subject and you haven't read maths for almost 1 to 2 years, so what you have to do, if we talk about NDA 1 2026, you have almost 5 months or 150 days left for the NDA examination. So you have actually, according to me, much time for the preparation. There are three situations in which you can do the priority chapters that I would be giving for those students who haven't read maths. If you have 1 month or 15 days left for your ND examination, if you don't want to focus more on your maths and want to focus more on your GAT, just want to clear maths cutoff, not do much more than that, then you can follow this priority list. And at the end, if you are very much new to the maths, kind of you haven't learned the maths in previous years, so you can follow this priority list firstly, and after that you can do whatever chapters you want to do in mathematics. So the very first chapter is sets, then relations and functions, then trigonometry. These three chapters are the basics. After that you have to do binomial theorem, sequence and series, permutation and combination, quadratic equations, complex numbers. After that you can do probability and statistics. Then you can do ITF, which is inverse trigonometric ratios. Then you can do 3D geometry and vectors. And if you have bio as your subject, biology, then you had read vector in your 11th class physics, if you do remember so. And after that you can do practice firstly limits, continuity and differentiability. After that AOD, application of derivatives. And I would not prefer you to get into the integrals, because if we talk about calculus, it gets too much tough. And if we talk about those what to say, integration and differentiation, it is much more harder for a beginner to complete all these things. If you want, you can do it, but firstly you have to complete these priority list chapters, and after that you can go on to those chapters. You have to do this, and then you have to do the PYQs. You would be good to go for the examination. And since we have talked about the important chapters, let's get into the theory, from where to do it. You can watch one shots, and there is one question in the students mind, that we have to do the one shots or lectures or join a coaching or anything. If you are an above average or an average student who can score 75 plus marks in their examination, or 70 overall 75 percentage if you are having in your examination, then I won't prefer you to get to any coaching or anything. No book is necessary according to me, and you don't even need to buy any special batch or paid batch for the preparation of written. If you're a very like in a kind of weak student who just can't cope up with and can't study really fast or understand fastly, then you can definitely need a coaching. But I want say like if you can easily understand everything, then you can do it all by yourself. You don't need a coaching or a paid batch. For this you can do the one shots from YouTube, the YouTube channels for that. Firstly the Digify, then secondly Defense Wala, and third is the LWS Learn with Sumit Sir, Maths Jugaad se, and at the end Adda 24/7. These are all the channels which you can follow. And even other than that, if you are following any teacher who is teaching really good, then I don't think that you need to change. And you, the very basic thing I'm telling you, and the most important thing, that you have to stick to your resources that you're following. You don't need to know, just run that teacher is teaching good or that teacher is giving good questions or something like that. No, every teacher is good in themselves. You firstly need to believe in your teacher and yourself that you are going on the right track. Okay, so the third thing that we would be discussing are the questions that your teacher tells you you can do them. Or the best resource for the NDA is definitely the PYQ. If we not just for NDA, if we talk about any competitive exams, PYQ are the best resources available in the market. So the third question is that, do we need to buy any books for PYQ or for learning the concepts? According to me, no. If you're preparing for the SSB, you can definitely buy books for the verbal, non-verbal, or the practice the questions that come there in the examination for the situation reaction test, WAT. But if you are talking about the written one, I won't suggest you any book. If you want, you can buy whatever books you want, but I won't suggest any, because if you want the PYQ questions, you have already all these questions available in Play Store, YouTube, and everywhere. Yeah, but some students would be like, oh, I want according to concepts and everything. Then I did bought a book back in like 2025 for the PYQ. If you will search the PYQ book, you would get it anywhere online or offline also. It costed almost 400 rupees, and if I'm telling you the reality, I didn't even touch it. Like I touched, but doesn't solve too much questions, because it actually gets hard. Firstly you have to see the question from there, then solve it here, then check on the backside, then so it takes a lot of time. Go into Google, you can just search chapter wise PYQs of NDA, or go into Google, search PYQ of NDA exam. So from I don't know how much time till today, the all the questions will come 2001 to 2025 and everything. So you don't need to worry. The only thing you need is consistency and nothing more than that. You can follow everything is online. Okay, so after that the PYQs, I already told you, you can download any app or buy a book also. But except PYQ book, you don't need to buy any book. Okay, and then we come to the test. You have to test yourself every Sunday. Then you would say how the, let me tell you, the chapters that you studied in the entire week, you have to solve questions that came in the 2025 first and second examination from that particular chapter. You have to solve those questions. If you got the right answer, then you are going on the right track. And if you didn't got the right answer, then you don't need to worry. You have to just revise those concepts again, solve concepts on the basis of that, and then just see that what mistake did you do, because of what your answer got wrong. Okay. And mock test you can, I, as much as I know, there is a 1 year subscription in physics wallah app of 399 or something, for the questions, for the test series of NDA examination. So you can buy that also. I think that investing money in such things would be more like sufficient and would be better than investing on any book. So you, and if you will search online, you will get so many mock tests free of cost in Google, in Telegram, and anywhere you want. You just need to use your brain. Okay. And if you talk about revise, how to revise, there is a concept that you can use is the one, like odd number concept. You have to revise all those chapters in the odd number. Firstly on the day 1, then day 3, then day 5 or 7, and then 15, and after 1 month, like this you can revise. And like the best way for revision according to me is that as I studied any topic today, okay, I learned in the lecture and everything, before going to sleep I would take out my notes and then just revise all these questions. Like it just would take the glance of those theory and questions only. So guys, since the video was getting a little longer, I decided to cut it in half in two parts. So the first part is of mathematics that you would be watching, and the second would be for the GAT that I would be posting on some other day. So thank you for watching this video. Keep supporting me. Do like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel.